Merry Christmas, stars. Did you know that Kate Middleton invited a deranger of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to her Princess of Wales Christmas Carol concert? Well, so much for messages about unity and love. For the holidays, we are 3 days away from the 1 year anniversary of whatever happened on December 28th, 2023. And Kate Middleton extended a warm red carpet welcome to a deranger from Twitter who spreads conspiracy theories about Princess Meghan and Prince Harry, suggesting that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet are not even real. Meghan faked her pregnancy, according to this woman. Harry and Meghan are divorcing. Doria is slanging and an ex-convict, etc. All different weird stories that have been debunked, but the rumor and lie factory just doesn't stop, inspired by hatred of the Sussexes. Prince Harry and Princess Meghan have to be so strong and tolerant, even though they've relocated halfway around the world. The hate does not stop. The hate train just keeps chugga, 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 toot, toot, barreling forward. This woman on Twitter, her name on Twitter is Rachel Jane at Rachel Oxley 3, and she is showing a photo of herself. My seat in Westminster Abbey behind the choir. The service was beautiful and the experience surreal. So thankful to Kate Middleton. I'm glad, this parasocial relationship became real, right? Unless there's some other connection between this so-called Rachel Jane and Kate Middleton. Francis Gregory comments, I've just seen a deranger announcing that they are invited to that Christmas concert. What wonderful work did they do to get an invite? I hear you ask. Answer? They wrote a supportive letter to Kate and shared hateful posts that attacked her sister-in-law, Duchess Meghan Markle. I'll bet. Rachel Jane commented herself on Twitter, My dear Twitter friends, I can now share my exciting news. I have been invited to our darling Princess of Wales's Christmas Carol concert. I am beyond honored, excited, and humbled. If taking photographs is allowed, watch this space. Zin Craig Matthews, a.k.a. Dr. Ruthless, commented, You must have done something very good and extra nice to be invited. Good for you. We'll be watching for photos if allowed. Enjoy. Rachel Jane then answered, I wrote to the princess when her illness was made public, wished her well, and complimented her on her early years work as a retired early years teacher. I never expected such a fabulous response. Princess Car Parkle, another Meghan Markle attack account, commented, I had 5 kids and never could have held my toddler in front of me late in pregnancy. Kids squirm, kick, and knee you, and it's instinctual to protect your belly. The weight and pressure would be extremely uncomfortable. Hashtag Meghan Markle defies physics and logic. Hashtag Harry and Meghan. Right? So if you can't attack the people that aren't your favorites yourself, you can certainly rely upon certain fans to do it for you. And maybe you just get a kick out of it. Maybe you just vibe. You certainly aren't discouraging the bullying, right? But why should you have a different standard for random Twitter X users if you have tolerance and support and even supply information to the toxic British media, in my opinion? Laird of the Manor comments, I believe that KC3 and PW insisting on an apology is completely justified and warranted considering the very public and protracted campaign of vile lies Harry and his insidious wife dispensed.
Harry wanting bygones to be bygones is typical of his cowardice and unapologetic. ...
Faye, a royalist Enzi Maiori. Oh, I believe that account is real. King Charles and Prince William, who are refusing to back down when it comes to Harry. It's referring to some article in the Mirror. And, Toady Fest. Listen, everybody, no matter what their opinion or behavior, truth or lies, has fans, right? And Harry already said that the rest of his family had essentially sold their souls to be in bed with the toxic British media and the people who get so much, not only joy, but also the power of distraction, distracting from, for example, the claims were cancer and chemotherapy. Even Prince William said precancerous cells and preventative cancer pills. Those are two different things, and that's quite a scandal if there was energy in discussing those differences. But no, we get all these fake baby stories, fake Christmas card, Prince Harry and Princess Meghan must be, fabricating their children, etc. This commenter continues, the royal family are all losers, desperately grasping to keep their antiquated caste system alive in a world that has largely moved on to meritocracy, capitalism, and accountability. So, they all need each other to pretend that the masquerade is real, right? Oh, put on a hat. Oh, I'm the Duke of Earl. Come on. It's 2025, y'all. Right? All these birds of a feather backing each other up. One person remarked that the racist POS Kate remains ghetto, desperate, and undignified. I always get a kick out of those who support her. Old, diseased, femcell energy, and fugly as sin. Femcell. Wow. That's quite a word. It's not spinster, it's femcell. Wow, I'm going to have to think about that word. The masks are off. Whether it's Kinsey Schofield, still jealous that Prince Harry is not with her, but with Princess Meghan Markle. It's astonishing that these people can pretend to be journalists. It boggles the mind. And one person even questions whether this ex-user's claim to have attended the concert is even real, because anyone can visit the Abbey and take a picture within its confines. All one has to do is pay an entry fee. Is there any specific proof she was there on the specific day of the concert, right? Influencer tricks. Another person says, nothing new. They suck up to every single person who spews hatred about the Sussexes. And then another commenter says, Kate is going to reap what she sows. It's obvious that Kensington Palace have played a big role targeting Meghan online and mixing with these ugly, deranged trolls. And when they finally ditch Kitty, they will use all this to blame her solely for the Sussex rift in the family, just like Peggy blamed her solely for the Photoshop F-up, right? You're just so desperate to get strokes and Scooby snacks for going along with the program, with the racism, with the bullying. But then just like on a dime, those same dynamics can turn against you. What happened to Princess Michael of Kent's wrists? Both wrists? People were talking about staircases and slippery and all this stuff. If she's spry enough to have a young Russian boyfriend and allegedly be taking cash from all kinds of foreign entities with her husband, then it's hard to believe that she would break not one wrist, but both wrists at the same time. That sounds a little thuggish. That sounds like a bodyguard with gloves, and sap gloves at that, right? Did those wrists get broken in a fall or by, shall we say, pistol whipping? I haven't seen any photos or video of her since the incident, but remember when Princess Anne went to the hospital for 5 days with a concussion? And then on a separate date, her husband had a black eye, right? We all know what became of Thomas Kingston. We know what happened and we know the official tale. But seems to be a lot of violence swirling around that family, right? A Kate fan comments, good for Kate. She can invite whomever she wants. She owes Meghan nothing. But that remark is countered by someone saying her simple ass is going to get blamed for it all as soon as Baldy pulls the trigger and gets rid of her one way or another. It's obvious he can't stand her. Just wait until King Tampax is gone and there's no one to have even a veneer of control over Voldemort's actions. And that sounds like the truth. That is really interesting. Another commenter adds, these are most likely not coincidences. Kate or someone from her team is willfully inviting these derangers to her events and engagements. For them to show up every single time she has an engagement would be too on the nose, so these random once-in-a-while ones will do it for them. They all seem to have the same complexion, race, and common prominent features: thin or no lips, dental issues, i.e., gummy smile, over or underbite, parched skin, and that seems to be part of what they have in common with their favorite. Another person remarks, I can't believe they did this. I understand families have rifts, but I don't think I'd add fuel to the fire by inviting an internet troll anywhere. And they are indeed open about inviting people that only openly post vile stuff about Prince Harry and Princess Meghan. They openly embrace people who go after the Sussexes, right? Not just regular people, but also toxic British media. That has the ring of truth. Now, listen to this. Now, another commenter alleges Fakey Middleton likely manages half a dozen deranger burner accounts herself, like Eden/Maureen the Rat or Dan Two Takes Wooten Do, since she does Jack-ish all day, but scouring the internet to shop the same dress in 10 colors, stalk Meghan, and order her wiglets by the pound. All these roaches she caters to are empathetic to her situation because they are just as decaying and mediocre as she is. I literally can't wait for her to be Queen Consort. Hopefully it will ease up her insecurities and those of her following of roaches, because damn, how are you going to obsess over an American woman, a private citizen, who dumped your yuck-teethed face years ago and doesn't GAF about you? Another commenter adds, Catherine doesn't owe anything to Prince Harry and Princess Meghan, especially Princess Meghan, as they called her racist. Oh, please. Harry and Meghan do the same thing. They invited the same very people to their events who have bullied Princess Catherine. Catherine can invite whoever she wants. One person challenges, okay, name one. And then someone else adds, of course she did. White girls stick together. That's why William is going so hard for Trump. Trump and Murdoch are good friends. They're all business partners. They just keep it on the low. William also has ties to Arab oligarchs, so expect Trump to cozy up to them. They lose battles to win wars. Interesting. Uh-oh. Someone remarks, of course you will defend this mediocre white woman who lied to the world about actually having cancer. This is why she is publicly being snubbed by Charles and Camilla. They know she lied. What? Allegedly. This is what a commenter is saying. What? Interesting. Do they know she lied? it did seem like quite a remarkable coincidence that there would be, a twin royal diagnosis at the same time. And it did explain away her absence for most of 2024. But my mind is boggled, right? Like, in any case, let me know what you think, stars. This is potentially scandalous, of course, always, but peace and love and Merry Christmas to all, and have a good night.